Welcome back into the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Fast Frame. If you've got a photo, a magazine, a newspaper, some program, a pair of tickets, whatever that you have picked up along the way, they can turn it into a piece of art for you. Put it in your office, put it in the hallway, put it in your den, whatever. You can take a lot of cheap stuff, put it in a nice frame, and suddenly your house looks like a sports bar. Fast Frame can do great work for you. They've done it for so many people on this show over the years. See for yourself, Fast Frame. All right. Back with Vince, Mark, Isaiah, Chuck. Vince, I gave you a little bit of a homework assignment. Where does Jarnell Stokes rank right now in most of the mock NBA drafts?
Mostly in the middle of the second round. 36 to 54 is the most common range you see for him. So that's pretty consistent. I only saw one mock draft where he wasn't in the second round, but for the most part, that's his range, 36 to 54.
Did you see any first round?
No.
Yeah.
No, although he's ranked in the high 30s on one big board just listing player rankings. So I don't think it'll happen, but it's second round is where his range is.
Okay, second round is his range, and that means non-guaranteed contract. Mark, what could he improve by coming back? I mean, I look at him, it's like the height thing is going to be an issue. He's not going to grow by coming back. Right. What can he work on that would necessitate a return to Tennessee in the college game before trying to make it in the NBA? Because I wonder, what position is he in the NBA? Who's he defending in the NBA?
Yeah, I think it's his multiple effort, tempo type stuff, because the NBA game is so much faster from a ball screen offense and defense, and being able to get out there and defend ball screens and flash and move. And then his jump shot. He reminds me of what he could be is like Haslam from Florida, where Haslam was a little undersized, a little more grounded. But when he became a pro, and that's all he put his time towards, he stayed in the gym, got jump shot after jump shot after jump shot, and he made a lot of money with the Miami Heat doing it. And so those would be the two main things.
All right. Isaiah, first of all, I've always wanted to do this with you. I know this list. Name some of the countries you've played in. If you can, do you need a Rolodex to go through it?
Well, I started in France, went to Korea from there, Venezuela, Puerto Rico a few times, Australia, Israel, Korea a couple times.
Man,
Were the Netherlands in there? Were you in the Dutch leagues? Okay.
What does your passport look like, man?
Got a couple of them.
Everywhere but Antarctica. Here's my question then. As somebody who led the D League and the NBA Developmental League in scoring, as someone who played all over the world, literally you were overseas, if Jarnell Stokes, if his options are come back and improve for a year, or go ahead and jump and make some money somewhere else, not in the NBA, this is your take. What would you do?
So much of it depends on a player's personal life. I don't know what situation his family's in, but just from a sheer basketball standpoint, I'd say probably stay, because you can get the exposure. You can go overseas and play. They'll track you. And if you have to go to the D League, it's a really tough route that you don't want to put yourself in that situation unless you have to be there. So you don't want to leave early and have to go to that. But I agree with Coach Pancratz that if he has to play that Udonis Haslam role, there's nowhere around it. They're going to want to know if you can play the four position, can you make that 15-foot jump shot consistently? And I think he should just work on that all summer and come on back, unless, he may test the waters just to see where he stands, and he may shoot up the draft list and didn't even have to go. But
yeah, very quickly.
The one thing about it is you can test the waters. You can file paperwork and get feedback back. And then from Jarnell's standpoint, remember now, one of his years was blown on only playing half of a year. So he's not as old as your normal junior, and NBA people know that.
Yeah.
What are the odds he comes back, Chuck?
I would say that they're at least 80% he does not come back.
Okay. All right. What if Cuonzo Martin leaves?
I would put it at 100% he does not come back. I think there's that good of a relationship player-coach.
Okay. All right. When we come back, numbers. We're about perspective. When everybody's high, we show, okay, but look at this. When everybody's low, we say, okay, look at this. Perspective when we come back.